response. And now spreading back out. And basically at this outer yard, they're just trusting that Pasha and Bialy can get the information without falling and allowing two players to rotate over pretty quickly from the intersect. That'd be Taz and Neo on the rotate over. And Taz has a kit, important to note.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially Pasha there has to stay alive. He seems to be the one that's really exposed, and he's also covering 3 different angles. Now they've made the first jump past, and Pasha, only now do they realize, so maybe a bit late with the spot, but a headshot will bring it back. They're going to lose him to bolts, and now they're trying to see if they can get close. Neo landing a 2nd kill of the game or the round for himself, looking for a 3rd. It's very clean work coming out here of the legend. And coldzera now stuck behind the train, 1 on 3. He's only got 19 seconds, and he really wants to get back out. Shooting him in the angles. It's going to be painful. And now he's simply going to get run down. Bialy with the final kill, and Virtus.Pro winning a big pistol round. Yeah, that was great. And I mean, you said it. When you asked me, right, after that first goal comes out, what do you do from here? There's no good answer. There's nothing that SK can really do. It's just so long to get into a bomb site against those USPs. That's brutal for SK. Great pistol round from Virtus.Pro, but you can also see some of the danger that we'll see a number of times on this map was Pasha. You could see he gets that first kill as they come out of mid, and then he just transfers his gaze over to Ivy to make sure he's not getting pinched, and that's all it takes is just 1 second just to cover, or just to figure out what's coming from the other angles he has to keep an eye on, and he gets punished. Double scout investment from the SK side, and it already pays dividends. Pasha takes a duel, and he's tagged up. Fallen is happy with that victory and just falls away. Definitely looked like that was close to being a headshot too. Don't want to underestimate this. I wish there was a flashbang or something here for SK to set up with, because even if they do the chip damage with the scouts here, eventually they have to get onto a site, and you do just want that 1 grenade to set it up. There's a jump. Ooh, oh, Pasha saw it.
Yeah, and he's got no smoke to block that off, so that's an open angle that Taz is going to have to worry about as well. The question is, how much pressure do they feel? Do they call a 3rd player over? They're about to be under a lot of attack, and Taz is going to have a big job to do. He's out in the open right now. He's trusting a scout to hold off 2 or 3 players from that upper ramp, and Pasha's not in position. He is now, but Taz is the one who's going to have to do everything. He's dinked immediately. Can he get the 2nd kill? That'd be huge, but no. Ferg gets close up. He is taken out, and now the scouts, they just can't do the work, but they're going to get the bomb planted, which is a victory of itself in a way, and 1 more kill would be phenomenal for the SK side of things. It's not going to happen. A pretty good round overall for SK.
And you could tell by the health that's left here on Neo and Pasha that it could have been a much better round with just 1 more bullet landed somewhere. Definitely a bit worrisome. You could just tell, I mean, you had the whole setup there. How do you hold that upper with the scout? Taz down on the low ground with a FAMAS.
I was so worried for Taz in that round. Out in the open, especially Pasha, just because he can't get into a good spot when he's only got 30 HP from that initial tag from the scout from Fallen in mid. So I mean, his only chance is really just 1 shot, and then Taz is basically on his own. But they do hold off. The plant is going to mitigate some of that investment in the 2nd round. So Deagles come out for the SK side of things. That's where the $800 plant bonus comes from. Fallen still on the Glock. He gets a couple flashbangs, but he's saving up for that AWP.
A lot of Deagles in play. 4, if you want to get all technical. Going to be a Molotov into the corner where coldzera still wins the fight. How? I'm just not even sure.
Yeah, Snacks had to clear that very close left angle, so coldzera got away with a shot or 2 before Snacks could even respond. And again, this is going to put a lot of pressure on the captain. Taz all alone at the inner bomb site. Neo is close to connector, but he's not really going to have a quick rotate. Seems like this is another round where there could be a very high probability of at least a plant for SK. And if Taz can't do enough on the initial attack, SK could steal 1 away.
He doesn't even have a Molotov here, where Neo does, and he's starting to rotate back in. That could put some pressure on whoever's going to be putting down the bomb. Cold out here. Oh, looking for the 1 headshot again. But Pasha will take him down. Now they're starting to push towards the site. And Taz is really far back, calling for backup here. They're down on the site and looking to get the bomb plant. So they're at least going to succeed in that. But it looks like Virtus.Pro have got it under control after the initial plant here. Should be easy enough, lining up a couple of kills. With Fallen left to do some damage. And a Glock only. Never a good time. He's got the burst fire activated. I'm not sure that's going to be enough either. Oh. Yeah, he wanted that inside of the smoke with the knife out.
They knew he was still in the bomb site after the plant, so he's not going to fool anyone there. But yeah, I mean, that one play outside from SK, the one player coming towards Old Hell that Pasha did massive damage to, that pulled the rotations just enough. Neo and Taz started to evacuate. That's the window of opportunity that SK needed, going out the upper ramp, getting the plant. That's going to help so much. They're going to have so much utility. Fallen's going to have that AWP. Pretty deadly, or you can have the AWP if he chooses to buy it, but pretty deadly situation for VP going into this first gun round.
Always scary, and I think the desk, I think Yanko brought up a good point about SK not necessarily always having the best T side here, but historically their CT sides have been great. So if they can get off to a nice start here early on and pick up the round right away, that would obviously be something. Double up on the VP side, Snacks and Pasha with one each. And they're going to be playing with Taz alone in the B bomb side. Early on, at least. Yeah,
he's another player that they trust heavily. I mean, this is like a specialist position for Taz. We talk about Zipnix as one of the best players in the world at the inner bomb site. Taz is no slouch himself. And this time, instead of Neo, as it was in the beginning stages of this half, it's going to be the AWP of Snacks that's going to rotate over. This is an aggressive defense, though. Neo and Bialy up close to the electric box. Even Pasha with the AWP chiming in. Pop flash for Neo into ladder room. That'll get called out. Fur is just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, he's very patient right now. But he also has a position where he can't really sacrifice himself too easily, because they need that point of pressure if they want to go for this A side, which kind of feels like maybe they will.
Pasha's so exposed. This is so dangerous. I think Neo feels a little nervous about his positioning. His back is turned to ladder room and team mid, and he's going to be watching out towards Ivy. The flashbang hits him perfectly. He's standing his ground. He just holds it. Fallen misses the initial shot, and Pasha doesn't even take a step.
Absolutely a big giveaway now. 30 seconds on the clock, and SK Gaming, first rifle round for them. They need to make something work. Neo, a little bit aware that someone could be coming out of Pop Dog, but Taco will take him down. Bialy on the site, 19 seconds. Where's that bomb plant going to come from? Bolts looking to make an opening to get them back into the round. They're down to 2 members here on SK. Bolts getting one more kill, but that was Cold Sierra trying to pick up the bomb, and Pasha making it work. Triple for him, and a 4th round for Virtus Pro. I would say that was a very patient round out of VP. No panic at all.
No, the only person I think might have panicked is Neo being like, oh my God, you're actually going to hold that angle? Now that puts so much pressure on me. But still, it works out. Pasha with 3 kills. That's huge, especially considering, if you remember, I mean, it seems so long ago, the group stage game on this map between these two teams. Fallen got whatever he wanted in Ivy. They gave him a lot of space, so it's no surprise that we see him with the first time he has an AWP in the 4th round, probing that same area to see if he's going to get the same look of the defense. How that might adjust later on in this half, we'll have to see. But Pasha, at least initially, a guy who is mentioned a couple times, tough Inferno match for him. Does a great job. Oh, with the scout. Maybe even the Deagle tag as well to help him out. That's beautiful stuff from SK.
Making the most of it, which is absolutely what you want, especially when they've got a double AWP or even just one AWP in play. You want to try and take it away as quick as you can. Even though they don't really have any utility in this round, SK, they can still get a pretty big win here if they just get, 2 more kills. Then the pressure is absolutely going to be on. Neo trying to recover the rifle there, making sure no one can pick it up. That's a good idea. Grenade going to land almost right on Bolts, but it does go a little bit wide.
He's going to stick around. Fallen's holding the angle. It's the double. Bolts and Fallen are gone. He swaps out to the M4. He has the option, either one he wants. Again, he's going to miss that shot and fall away. Now the M4 in his hands. But Bialy's got him covered, and the bomb is at Ivy. Taco's going to have the inner bomb site all to his little own self.
Taco now hoping for a last kill here in the last 25 seconds. I wish somebody could put, like, I don't know, electrodes on Neo when he's playing. I just can't explain how he's getting the timing that good almost every single time.
Maybe it's just one of those games. It happens.
Yeah, can you play Counter-Strike from inside an MRI machine? Can we get like a brain map going on? There's definitely something weird happening inside of his head. Very well done. A double kill there, just completely closing out the round.
Yeah, you love this. Fallen, maybe, I mean, that's just unfortunate. You can't be too upset about that, but it is sometimes just, you get that slight like twinge of frustration that you just can't control.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's right when you're grouped up. Otherwise, you'd actually love it if he comes and peeks you and you've got 3 Deagles waiting. That's great. 5-0. Very early days here on Train. If you're just joining, it's the 3rd map of the Grand Finals, but it's a best of 5. So either way, there's going to be more action happening. Pasha with a setup with Bialy down there, and then 2 players behind them in Snacks and Neo. So pretty heavy defense early on the A-bomb site. And as a result, Taz is also playing it very safe on B, does not want to get run over. So you have to love everything about this.
Yeah, and actually Snacks is playing pretty aggressive towards T mid. There's the shot, the flashbang comes out. Bialy on his own for just a moment. And Pasha smokes off his teammate. Bialy's gonna push right through. There's the nade, and Bolts, I felt like he heard it, but couldn't react in time. What's up next? Fur's got to be very careful. Obviously, he doesn't know Snacks is at this angle, but he could walk right into it. His teammate's coming down ladder room at the moment, so Snacks has a chance here. He's going to fire. He's completely blind, and he gets away.
Just around the corner, get a bit of the smoke spray comes through. Snacks still hitting it, jumping off the ladder, and taking down Fur. Cold and Fallen here. They need damage, and Cold Sierra could almost always trust him to get something done in a round, even if they can't necessarily win it. He's getting shut down for this. That was such a great flashbang, but he was already tagged up as he made the jump through, and Fallen going to retreat back into the T-spawn to try and save the AWP. Well then.
Yeah, well then, we have a map on our hands, don't we? Yeah, this is Fallen taking the extra 20 seconds, talking to his team, talking about what they want to do, just as he tries to save this weapon. I don't think you chase this if you're Virtus Pro. He got away too soon in the round. He's got a great position. You don't commit all the way to T-spawn. Maybe Neo does, maybe just one player goes for it, but you don't want to lose weapons of your own.
I feel like losing, anytime you're on the T side and you lose that Ivy player, Bolts this time playing alone, you have such a hard choice to make, because you can either spend a lot of time on players retaking it, but if you, that's too much, isn't it? But if you don't retake Ivy on the T side, then how do you know what's happening? Like, and how do you know how much they know? I think that's the critical question, right?
Well, it also, I mean, one of the dangers of defending that A bomb site is there's so many different angles. Your defense is always going to be spread out to a certain degree, because you've got 3 points of attack at that outer train yard, which is pretty centralized. So once you lose your alley attack, you've made it a lot easier for the defense. So very smart play from Virtus Pro, catching Bolts off guard. The smoke, the nade even maybe distracting him a little bit. Here's a test for Pasha. Just 3 players towards T mid. He's got an AWP on the train. They're just going to walk out. It's going to be a contact play. Can he find anything? It's Bialy with the initial one. Fallen knows he's lost the angle on top of the train, but it's Bolts who gets 2 kills. That's a big fight to miss the shot. Fur's going to push up as well. Snacks, he does get it. Is he going to push through? He's almost tagging Bolts. There goes Taz. Stops the plant into a 2-on-2.
Oh my god, such a quick exchange. Fallen and Cold Sierra. If anyone can bring this back, it's certainly them. And Cold spots the angle. He knows that Taz is there, so that should be a lot of information. They certainly know where Snacks is, or they thought they did. Snacks has actually rotated so far from when he got the first kill that might be very confusing to SK. The bomb is still down. Taz falling back, but look at where Snacks is. He's rotated all the way through, and it's going to be down at Pop Dog. I wonder if SK can read this. Cold actually almost getting the timing. There is the headshot. That is not an easy read, ladies and gentlemen. That takes a lot of experience. And Taz is going to be in a 1 versus 2. That was the deep play, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, I'm not sure I entirely agree with it. It's easy to criticize it, but that takes so long to come in, and also it's not necessarily easy to read. But what else is Cold going to do hiding behind a train? You know, his teammates covered. They know Taz is so far away he can't stop the plant. Cold might as well look at something. So great job there from SK. Taz now tapping the bomb, going to try and make it work. No one's peeking. There's Cold swinging out wide, but he's in cover. Now they could just easily win. Taz can only fall away.
Getting back with the AK-47, and SK Gaming are on the board here on Train. They will all save their rifles towards the end, but that's about time as well for the Brazilian side here. It was getting a bit anxious for them.
And now it's about stringing them together. That was just a contact play out mid. Pasha wasn't ready for it. He was one of the main defenders on that choke point. Bialy did get 1, but Pasha, I think, was caught a little bit off guard, just a small bit blind, and just could never find one of the shots that he wanted, one of the fights he wanted to take. Him and Fallen had a mini duel, but that prevented Pasha from really committing to an angle. Double op setup reinvested into by Virtus Pro, and Fur's out very quickly.
Pasha holding an interesting angle here. Molotov, is he gonna push Fur back? Doesn't seem like it. He's very aggressive out in that yard, and Snacks is also here, so this is a dangerous line across if you're Fur. But at the same time, if you just stick around, maybe you're going to be rewarded. Bialy's actually right on the other side. There's 3 players more or less covering Fur in that corner, and I'm not even sure if they know where he is. This could get very strange indeed. There's Bialy, probably hearing Fallen jumping back and forth, but the bomb is actually still up in the white holes.
Oh, this is so tense for Fur. He's been in this position for so very long. Patient, not making his move yet. Look at all the utility SK has as well. When this utility rings out, that's going to cause distraction. That's probably going to be when Fur pounces, and because they don't know he's there, he can make some impact very, very quickly. There he goes, though. Snacks does find him, and Pasha, the other up, rings true as well. That's Bolts and Ivy again alone. Now Taz, he's got a player with the behind the spindles. He wins that first fight, doesn't even need his teammate to peek. That's Neo. Cold Zero comes down, and Taz handles him as well. It's just Fallen. This time it doesn't work. This time it's just contact for SK all across the map. Individual players trying to make a play. Shut down by the double up.
Mid-air shot for Fallen at least. Trying to see if he could do the damage here the last couple of seconds. If he wraps too far back, there's going to be a player waiting for him, or there was at least. It looks like Pasha sort of gave up on that angle, not sure why. Well, that's dangerous and a little bit awkward. 4 seconds here. And Fallen will take down Neo. Pasha shooting him in the back eventually will make for a 6th round. And more than that, breaking SK's economy. That is the really big deal here. I mean, I don't know if we can chalk it all up to that, but when Fur is the first person to go down, because I think you're right, if let's say it goes the other way, let's say Fur is the one who gets the opening kill, then because he's so much on the A yard, they're going to have almost no time to react, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have no time as a defender to really adjust into a better position. You just kind of have to stand your ground and make your fight. And as well, maybe that influences